Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1665. I'm your host, Mike Matthews, broadcasting from Café Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont, the last place on earth. These are my car keys. That's what I used to get here today. This is my life. I didn't do a super secret Sunday show yesterday because I had a lot of work to do. It was
Mike's Daily Podcast.
It was my weekend job. And my weekend job decided to load me up with all this, what we call
Mike's Daily Podcast
production. And I found out the reason from the guy who gave it to me. Why? It's because he had a problem with the guy that usually does the production on the weekend. Apparently, this guy is not anyone's friend because all he thinks about is himself.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And he apparently did not do his work properly the weekend before. Thus,
Mike's
they gave me
Daily
all of his work
Podcast.
because they know I get it done.
Yeah!
Insert get her done right there, which I did my own, which Larry the Cable Guy, I'm very mad about comedy these days. I watched a little bit of Silicon Valley. I watched the second episode. I saw the first episode years ago and I laughed. So Comcast had their free HBO weekend. Even if you don't have cable, look who just walked in. You were able to access it through internet, through your Xfinity account. Comcast, Xfinity, they're connected. Worst, freaking, what do you call it? Customer help line ever. When I used them a couple weeks ago, look who else walked in, trying to use the customer helpline, it was a little bit better. They answered some questions, but I remember, in fact, I did record them and put it on my podcast. This was like 2015. Horrid. Just the word they don't... At any rate, they gave it to you for free, HBO, which included Silicon Valley, which I watched, and I can tell you, I laughed. Okay, but not that much. And... you got to be in the mood for comedy, right? Like today, I know this show says comedy under the label, but I'm going to get to...
And here's today's podcast picture.
I'm going to get to some important stuff today. I swear, trying so hard. One of the interesting things, and we'll look at the podcast picture right now, is that the people, if you look up on Wikipedia, the cast members of Silicon Valley... it's interesting because now if you search on Bing, it will tell you just in the search results how much that actor is worth. So like the lead guy of the show, I don't know any of the names. I'm not going to search the names, screw them. Oh, there's the guy, C.P. Miller, I think is his name. He's the guy with the long hair, and he's the jerk that owns the house that the startup is in. And he's trying to cash in on them. He's like the business guy, and he's debaucherous. He apparently, that actor, is worth $6 million. And then, like some of the other ones that are the main characters in Silicon Valley are only worth about $2 million or $1 million. And it's weird because then I started thinking about worth and about if I ever got popular, God forbid, that I would end up on Bing with my worth under my head, because that's what it shows, a little picture of your head, of your face head, and underneath it would say your worth. Do I really want that? Do you want that? Do you want that? Is that what you want? Is that what you're looking at right now and going, I want that on the internet? No, I don't think it is. I don't think anybody wants that. But that's what they get. They got money. That's what they want. They want money. But enough about money. And enough about this receipt from the gas station this morning. Because I had to get gas. But I'll tell you, getting gas on a Monday morning at 4:30 is just a breeze. You roll in, the little bell goes off, and you get your gas, and you leave. Except for the homeless people that are a little scary. They're sleeping. But they were mostly sleeping. So that's good. It's when they're screaming at you and saying, shame, shame. That gets a little odd, but, that's life. Or they suddenly walk up to you and they scream in your face, no, God! But hey, that's not either here nor there, over there, all the way over there. Look who walked in. Hi, Mike, it's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How you doing? I brought my horse Nelly today.
That's me, the disgruntled filter. Tell you what.
What?
I cannot wait until Trump picks the big guy, Supreme Court judge dude.
I know what's good and bad.
He's going to put him into the Supreme Court today.
We're moving things along, and we're moving them along fast.
No, he's not going to put him in the Supreme Court today. He's going to pick a judge. That's what the president does. That's what Obama did. But hey, guess what? The Republican Senate and Republican House of Representatives refused to begin the process of confirming said judge. So that was pointless. And I think I got the name wrong. Merrick Garland is who it is. At any rate, yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Mark, the judge that the president is going to pick today, it's going to be amazing. He's going to be radiant. A radiant judge that will make the sky move and the clouds separate and all will be well. Tell you what.
Busted eardrums.
What? I don't want to know what. Hey, that's true. That's true. The president will announce. I'm thinking he's going to go with the woman. She seems... It basically came down to, as I listened to the New York Times Daily Show podcast, that it doesn't really matter. Because whoever he's going to pick is going to be conservative. He gave us the short list. There's the Hellerman, Batterman, Tom something. If he picks him, this guy is not from a Yale or a Harvard. So he would be more of a, down-to-earth fellow in the law world. And apparently he put himself through school driving taxis. So that's interesting. But I'm thinking he's going to go with the woman. Because he hasn't done that. He put a guy in the first one. Gorsuch. Who knows? Who cares? I know you're done with this topic. I'm done with it. It makes me snore. Snoring for it's so boring. So my weekend job. We didn't say to one other person.
Hello, Mike. I make you delicious root beer. Oh, boy, I'm the brewmaster. I'll cut you. Go!
What? Why will you cut me?
I'm violent.
Hi, Violet. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, boy.
That's my line. Don't use it. I'll cut you.
Sorry.
It's all right. You're the best.
Hey, so what happened was yesterday I had my weekend job. And what happens, they loaded me up because they don't trust the other guy, the other guy can't even make a schedule. Oh, and he was, the other guy was explaining to me why the whole schedule thing happened. And he's just, my boss called and he said, why aren't you putting Mike on the list anymore on the schedule? And I told him it's because you have a girlfriend now and you're doing the smoochy. And he said, ha ha ha. And then I found out from another guy that the other guy is throwing the other guy under the bus. And this guy, I work with some crazies. Oh, and then I'm talking to one of the guys, the normal guys, at my weekend job, complaining about how there's this lady who walks in, usually when I'm in the middle of working on something, and comes in and goes, you have to leave because I have to record my show in here. Because they do this computer recording thing that gets played back later on the radio through the magic of radio. And I have to pick up all my stuff and leave. Well, I'm talking about this lady with this guy, and suddenly the lady walked in just out of nowhere on a Sunday. I'm like, what? How did she? Apparently she didn't hear what I said, or maybe she did and she just brushed it off, but I don't know. It's weird because I'm talking about people on my podcast and I'm not saying names, but suddenly, let's just say the door opened and they walked in, and I didn't have a door sound effect. But I do have a sound effect for when they leave, and they're all mad in a huff. I'm talking about getting called on the carpet. I'm talking about being thrown under the bus. I'm talking about all those other wonderful terms and sayings we use about things that happen in life all the time. But yes, I don't like being thrown under the bus. I try never to throw anyone under the bus because that happened to me in a big way. Every freaking week that happened to me when I worked in Alabama for Cumulus. Oh my gosh. Did I say their name out loud? I guess I did. Cumulus is the radio network that is named after clouds. Not having the best of times right now because they're going bankrupt. Because the stock that I purchased through the stock purchase program, the stock you could buy the Cumulus stock, is worth nothing now. It's worth -0. I think I owe somebody money now because of the way Cumulus stock went. Because it was run horribly by two brothers whose last name is Dick Key. Dick Key. Why those immigrants didn't change their name when they came in through the border, I don't know. Hey, our last name is Dickey. Now's our big chance. We can change it to something cool, like Gleaming Beacon of Hope. But no, we'll just keep it to Dickey. And the Dickeys decided that, we're going to purchase radio stations and run them into the ground and always promote people that have no talent, that have no redeeming value whatsoever. We're going to promote those people. You know, you hear the cream rises to the top. No, in this company, the scum rises to the top. And so we'll do it that way. That's it. That sounds like a great idea. Oh, we're bankrupt. We're bankrupt. Oops. Mike's stock isn't worth anything anymore. Oops. It's not even worth the paper it's printed on. So Mike's holding on to the paper it's printed on because maybe the paper will be worth something someday. That is what they did. That's what almost kicked me completely out of radio. I was completely out of radio for a couple of years because I was burned. I was so badly chopped up. I was chopped up and spat out by radio. Thank you. Because of Cumulus. And because of people like that and people getting thrown under the bus and that sort of mentality which exists in the world of radio, which I love it, the fact that radio is dying. Even though I'm in a business that's dying, I'm not, because I'm in podcasting, and guess what? That's growing. Have I ever made a dime off of podcasting? No, but it's growing, and I'm happy and thankful for that. My point is, you know what? There are ways to get issues looked at by not throwing people under the bus. There are appropriate ways to go about it. There are ways with better finesse. And that's all I'm saying. And you don't have to do this. Wow, I had a bunch of topics, and I didn't get to any of them today. Oh! Hey, we were talking about electric scooters on a recent show when my lovely lady friend popped by. That was fun. That was so great. She's so wonderful and nice. And I can't say enough nice things about her. We talked about last night someone. We were both married before and divorced, obviously. And, well, we both known some interesting people. I was telling her about someone I used to be related to and about how that particular guy, let's just say, destroyed my back. And he always needed something. And as I'm telling her more and more about him, I'm realizing more and more things that I completely blocked in my head. Like one particular day where I had to drive him back and forth from Livermore like twice in one day. And he almost drove his truck into my garage. It was a wonderful day. So that's always fun. Sometimes I like, you got to find someone in life that you're able to talk to. And you know, I have a lot in common with her, and it frightens me how much I have in common with her. It's wonderful. But it doesn't frighten me. It exhilarates me is what it does. It just keeps more and more interesting things we have in common. And one of them is commiserating about some of the things similar experiences we've gone through. But we had a great time yesterday, and we took Basil for a wonderful walk. I think... Oh, and I recorded some more barks that Basil does. In fact, he was barking at bats last night, so I'll have to add those. This is not from that evening, last evening. But yes, that was wonderful. And excuse me for the sniff. It's early in the morning. My nose is just waking up. And finally, I would like to say, Kumar and Ted, was that the show about getting high at the White Castle? And those two guys have gone on to big things. I don't know which one it is. The one, not the Asian one, the other one. He's in everything. I don't think there's a job that he turns down. I'm getting a little sick of that guy. The other guy that was Sulu on the Star Trek, I'm fine with him. But the other guy, oh my God, every single TV show he's on. Do I even know his name? No. I do know that he has this really thick, he has these thick cheeks, and he kind of has this way of talking. And you can't ever, he's always like he's talking to a little child whenever he talks. Does that make any sense? Probably not. Okay, I wrote some other things down, like I watched, what was that, Justice League yesterday. Oh my God. It's so funny to compare Justice League to even the worst Disney/Marvel movie and go, oh, they got it so wrong. And the guy that did, what was the movie with the Romans, the 500, the 800, is that Zack Snyder? He, I guess, was responsible for these DC Comics superhero Warner Brothers movies, and he just does not get it. He loves just getting into the origin stories, and his movies just become so, oh, here we go again. Finally, I saw Coco, and I love that movie. That was good. That's a good Disney. I'm pro Disney on this show. Other shows I may not be pro, but Coco was wonderful. And I know I'm the last person on earth to see Coco, but still wonderful. And I just did not see where it was I didn't see. They're going into the world of the dead. What? And it was fun. And that song "Remember Me" is stuck in my head, just like everybody else was talking. Oh, here's one other thing. Do this today. Go on Facebook. If you're a person that goes on Facebook, first off, don't waste your life on Facebook. There are other things, more important things to do in the world. But if you do go on Facebook, do this little thing called unfollow. It will make your life so much better. It'll make your, first off, I always click from top stories to news feed because I like to see what people are posting right then. And I don't like it when Facebook is using its algorithm to show me what they think I want to see or what they want me to see. I always put it on newsfeed because that is just the things people are posting right now, right then. Second, since it always defaults to top stories, once in a while go through your top stories and see those people that are being posted that you're like, oh, why am I seeing this guy again talking about his concert series he's trying to promote? Unfollow all those people. Unfollow them. Only and just keep those people on and keep is what I'm saying. Keep the people that you are championing. Is that what I was saying? Unfollow. Wonderful. Oh, I love it so. More boys were rescued this morning. Who was chased by protesters? Looks like McConnell. Mitch McConnell was chased by an angry crowd? Hell yeah, that idiot. Back to the Garland thing. That all has to do with McConnell. That is his legacy. For better or worse. For better, because the Republicans are, now we're going to have a whole conservative Supreme Court because of Mitch McConnell. And let's see, that's 6-year-old burger sale. eBay pulls 6-year-old McDonald's cheeseburger and fries from auction after bidding hits $150. We pretty much should end it right now, huh? The show? I think we've hit dirt at that point. All right. Well, I have more to talk about next show about interesting things that I discovered over the weekend. I think I'm pretty much done with talking about all the craziness at my weekend job. But hey, and then I'm off next weekend, so I won't have... Oh, and I didn't get to do... Yeah, so the Super Secret Sunday show didn't happen because of all the stuff at my weekend job. Whatever. Hey, have a wonderful week. The week has begun. Thanks for joining me here at Café Anyway. And next show, it'll be the wonderful Madame Rutabaga Valentino and Bison Medley. Have a great day.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!